The Chicago Cubs apparently could be close to signing their brand new closer. All this and more right after the intro. What's up, C3 fam? Excited to have all of you here with me once again. Hey, it's finally Friday, and I hope you all are going to have a great weekend ahead. But before we jump and dive into this weekend, whenever you're watching this video, wherever you're watching this video, please do me a favor. Go ahead and like, share, and definitely subscribe, especially if you're new to the channel. We are the C3 family, Chicago Cubs Central. Everybody here, I appreciate you all so much. For those of you that have liked this channel, subscribe to this channel, and that follow all of the Central networks. We are constantly trying to bring you guys the best content possible. With that being said, guys, listen, we got to break this story down. It is top news in the MLB right now. The Chicago Cubs could very well be close to signing their brand new, or trading for really their brand new closing pitcher. That pitcher being one Ryan Pressly. Ryan Pressly has been playing for the Houston Astros, and the Cubs are on the cusp of signing him. USA Today's MLB insider Bob Nightingale reports that the Cubs are on the verge of making another huge deal with the Houston Astros in order to acquire all-star closer Ryan Pressly. Further reporting from Chandler Rome of The Athletic, however, clarified that Pressly still does have that full no trades clause, and to this point has not approved any deals as teams have checked in on him. So Pressly is a two-time All-Star and has been one of the best in the game for a very long time. But in 2024, he was moved from the closer role after the Astros handed Josh Hader a huge contract last winter, moving Pressly into the setup role. He responded with another solid season. He posted a 3.49 ERA over 59 appearances. Another factor to consider for Chicago, if they're going to give up a large package to acquire Pressly, though, is that he will be a free agent next offseason after collecting $14 million. So we all know the Chicago Cubs missed out on signing Tanner Scott. We all know the Chicago Cubs missed out on signing Kirby Yates. So the Chicago Cubs could look to make this deal with the Houston Astros to try to trade for their closer. Again, this is one of those things where there are still some good relief pitching out there in the MLB, in the free agency market. However, the Chicago Cubs do want to get somebody that is proven. You cannot get better than Ryan Pressly when it comes to proven closers. He's been doing it for a while and doing it to the best of his ability. He is one of those slam the door type closers. You can hand him the ball in the ninth and he will take you there. He was recently moved to the setup man role with Josh Hader being signing a deal with the Astros in the Astros' pursuit last year of a World Series crown. However, I really don't think Josh Hader did that great, but they did sign him to such a massive deal. They are trying to move money, it looks like, to re-sign Alex Bregman to the Houston Astros and move him to third base and put Isaac Paredes at second base. So it looks like you're asking yourself why the Houston Astros would try to move such a great pitcher like Pressly. Well, he does have $14 million coming to him this upcoming season. And again, they can't afford that and to also offer Bregman another deal. It looks like Bregman will not be getting the type of deal that he wants from teams. It looks like Scott Boras strikes out again, another free agency. So therefore, Bregman's like, well, I might as well stay put where I'm at. I kind of like the Houston Astros. I like what I got going here. I might as well sign again. So it looks like the Houston Astros are trying to free up money to sign Alex Bregman a new deal. And if you already have Josh Hader on a deal for your team. Why do you need him and Presley? Presley then will be traded. That will free up around $14 million. The specifics of this deal have not been released yet because the deal isn't even finalized yet. This is all still hearsay. The social media blew up last night once news of the potential deal came out. It was said that the deal was very close to being happening. And of course, once the deal breaks and once news breaks that the deal is official, you can bet your bottom dollar we'll be right here on the CCC talking about it and giving you all the details. But from here this point on, I need to know from you guys. I want to know in the comments. I've seen around a lot of social media, people are unwilling to make this deal for Presley. Obviously, he is a lockdown closing pitcher, and he does bring you stability to the back end of your bullpen. You can pose putting him as your closer in the ninth, and then Porter Hodge in the eighth inning. And you have a pretty good back end of the bullpen having those two. Again, like I said, that's definitely something you can feel good about. You got Porter Hodge, Julian Merriweather, and you also have Tyson Miller, all three very, very good. You feel good about having them in your bullpen, not to mention guys like Javier Assad and Jordan Wicks and Luke Little. So again, what do you guys think? I really don't know what the deal is going to look like, but I assume Houston is going to try to rob Chicago of some prospects if this deal is to take place. And I have already seen from a bunch of my pundits and different people that also are in this space covering Chicago Cubs media saying that they do not want the Chicago Cubs to give up any more prospects in a deal with the Houston Astros, especially because basically you are trading for a rental. There's no guarantee. I mean, the Cubs already have, again, a big deal that they have to offer to Kyle Tucker this coming year. So why a lot of people are saying, why would you turn around and then also get a closing pitcher that you will have to then pay $14 million to, then on top of that offer him a new deal and try to re-sign him. So they've been very adamant not to make this trade. A lot of people would hate this trade if it meant giving up prospects and young pieces for, again, another rental. I really don't know where the Chicago Cubs go from here with the closing pitcher role. We've heard so many different stories about the closing pitcher role. We've heard so many different guys talk about the fact that the Chicago Cubs do need to get more back end of the bullpen pitchers. But again, this deal for Ryan Presley could potentially close. If it does close, obviously, we're going to go live. We're going to talk about it. We'll have to have you guys join us and give your opinions. But I want to know your opinions right now down below. Please let me know what you think. Do you think the Chicago Cubs should sign Ryan Presley or trade for Ryan Presley no matter the cost? There are some people out there that believe that, listen, no matter the cost, we need to go into win now mode, win it all this year and see how far we can go. And they want to try to trade for Ryan Presley. They want the Cubs to swing for the fences and do this deal. Again, there are others out there that are unwilling to totally give up the Cubs' future for somebody that's a rental for one season. So I'm on the fence about it, guys. I mean, like I said, I understand that the Cubs do need a closer, and this would solve a lot of the questions and a lot of the problems on who do you give the ball to in the eighth and who do you give the ball to in the ninth. I think that a tandem of Presley and Hodge can definitely lock down a lot of games for the Chicago Cubs. I think that these two men will have a lot of success together. And of course, you can mix in Merriweather. Of course, you can mix in Tyson Miller. You can mix in, some of those other guys that we'll have as well, including the Ben Brown, who's coming back. The Cubs will have many options, many arms for this coming season. So I guess I'm trying to just come to the realization that, the Chicago Cubs do have options. But what do you guys want to see? What do you want to see the Chicago Cubs do? Do you want the Cubs to trade for Ryan Presley? Do you want the Cubs to make this deal? If you do, Let me know in the comments. If you don't, let me know in the comments. And as always, you guys know I'm going to respond, but you got to give me your answers. You got to tell me why you think the way that you do. Moving on from there, a pleasant surprise that came about yesterday in the news was news that the Cubs actually have two players right now in the top 10 right fielders. The MLB Network posted yesterday the top 10 right fielders in all of baseball. And what's even crazier is not only do the Cubs have two of the top 10 right fielders, the Cubs actually have two of the top 5 right fielders right now on their team. Number 1 on the list is Aaron Judge, no surprise. Number 2 on the list, the Chicago Cubs starting opening day right fielder Kyle Tucker. Number 3 on the list, Juan Soto. Number 4 on the list, Fernando Tatis Jr. Number 5 on that list, Seiya Suzuki. Number 6 on that list, Corbin Carroll. Number 7, Ronald Acuna Jr. Number 8, Kerry Carpenter. Number 4, number 9, Matt Wallner. And then number 10, Teoscar Hernandez. These are your top 10, according to MLB Network, your top 10 right fielders in all of MLB. And of course, 2 of the top 5 are Chicago Cubs players. So when everybody gets down, and I'm even guilty of it too, I've gotten down on Seiya Suzuki. I mean, we all know Kyle Tucker is the shiny new toy that we have on this team, and he's definitely going to be a leader. He's a 5-WAR player. He's going to hit at least 35 to 40 bombs this season, I'm expecting. He's going to drive in over 110 RBIs. I'm expecting that. He's going to have a lot of success at the plate. I'm expecting that. And we also know that he is no slouch when it comes to his defense out there in right field and what he can bring to a team that way as well. Makes amazing catches for it out there in right field for the ball club he is playing for. We know what he brings to the table. But I think that this season, Seiya Suzuki needs to remind y'all just who the hell he is. I'm full on expecting him to come out this season playing pissed off, ready to show the Chicago Cub fan base, ready to show this ownership, ready to show this management group that he does have what it takes, not only to be a top five right fielder in the MLB, but also to be one of the best players in the MLB. I'm hoping that him moving to DH lights a fire under him like no other. I want to see him rake this season. I want to see him obliterate balls. I want to see him go all out this season for this team. And I'm excited because I believe he's going to. I believe that this year is a prove-it year for Seiya Suzuki. And I can't wait to see how he proves all of us wrong, including myself. I'll be the first one to get on here and apologize. Be like, listen, man, I had the Shaq meme on him. I was unaware of your resume. You know, I was unaware of your talents, your abilities. Come on, man. If Seiya Suzuki could come out and give us 30 home runs this season, do you know what that would do? That instantly makes him an all-star. That instantly puts him up there with the top echelon of DHers in the MLB. He will also get chances at right field. Kyle Tucker will play majority of right field, but there will be days where Kyle Tucker may DH and Seiya Suzuki may play right field. I mean, we'll just have to see. But it's really a privilege and a benefit to be able to look on that list and say you have 2 top 10 right fielders in all of MLB on one team. 2. There are other teams that can't say they have any, but the Chicago Cubs have 2. That's really a benefit, really something cool. I mean, like I said, I don't have to sell you guys on Kyle Tucker and his importance to this team. But I do want Seiya Suzuki to remind everybody just who in the hell he is. I really want him to come out this year and dominate. Dominate. Let me know below, guys. How does it feel to have 2 top 10 right fielders in all of baseball? I want to know your comments below. Next up, guys, one Ken Rosenthal has continued to let the Chicago Cubs brass have it. He has continued to say all different types of things about the Chicago Cubs ownership group that the Ricketts family that just has not progressed or given the Chicago Cubs I mean, he just is not impressed with the Chicago Cubs ownership and what they do. I mean, once again, so he named them Dorks of the Week. Then from there, he lit them up again, and he basically has spent all year long, all off season long, calling out this Cub ownership group, including one Tom Ricketts. And you say to yourself, well, Mike, why are you applauding Ken Rosenthal for going off on the Ricketts? And what I would tell you is that the reason why I applaud it is because somebody in the media needs to hold their feet to the fire. There is somebody that has to let this ownership group know, like I said, that nobody's feeling bad for you, Tom Ricketts. Nobody's telling you, like I said, nobody's feeling bad for you because you said that you just basically try to break even as an owner of the Chicago Cubs. Ken Rosenthal called him to the carpet. He said in his on the Foul Territory TV, on the podcast, on the show, that listen, franchise values have skyrocketed. And again, this is back to what I was telling you guys the other day on the episode when I was telling you I feel like Tom Ricketts plays in our faces way too often. Tries to shoot us a pipe dream or make us feel bad or feel sorry for them when we don't. If you're really expecting us to believe that you as the owner of the Chicago Cubs are just breaking even, I don't really know. And for anybody out there that believes that Tom Ricketts and the Ricketts family are just breaking even owning the Chicago Cubs, listen, I got some fake cows to sell you that deliver fake milk. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It's just one of those things where like nobody's believing you and nobody's feeling sorry for you, Mr. Ricketts, when you tell people that you're just breaking even as a Cubs owner. There's nobody that's feeling sorry for you for that. Nobody believes that you're just breaking even. Nobody, including myself. I don't know. I'm not going to dive too much more deeper into that. I've had a lot to say about Mr. Ricketts already. All right, moving on along, folks. Our last story of the night. The Chicago Cubs did add a good depth piece in one John Berti. John Berti has signed a 1-year, $2 million deal with the Chicago Cubs. He's a utility man who played all around the diamond this past season and was used as a pinch runner in critical situations. So the contract includes clauses for Berti to earn up to $1.3 million in incentives. The move comes as news of Nico's Horner rehab put his availability for opening day in doubt and forecasts an end to Chicago Cubs bidding for top infield free agents. Like I said, Berti himself, for his career, Berti has hit 2.59 with a 3.337 OBP, a .36 slug, and 703 OPS for his career. Most of his career was with Miami, where he spent 5 seasons from 2019 to 2023. He led the National League in steals with 41 in 2022. And in 2023, his last fully healthy season, he hit 294 with the 344 OBP and a .405 slug and a .748 OPS with 7 home runs and 33 RBIs in 133 games. He spent 2024 in New York with the Yankees, but was sidelined for most of the year with a calf injury. But in 29 games with the Bronx Bombers, Berti hit .273 with a .342 OBP and a .38 slug and .661 OPS. So the Cubs definitely said in their convention that they were looking to add bench depth pieces. They were looking to add veterans to the roster, and this is basically doing that. Just that. He is a nice bench roster piece that can come in, that can pinch hit, that can pinch run. that can potentially play some second base if Nico Horner is not ready, unless the Cubs make a deal for a third baseman and move Matt Shaw over to second base. But I don't really see that happening. You heard how my voice got with that. But yeah, so this is just a depth piece for the Chicago Cubs. Like I said, a very good depth piece could come in handy, could help us win some games. Like I said, just another good piece for the Chicago Cubs and building out that bench. Again, like I said, I do not believe Jed Hoyer is finished. We will see what else he has in store. But for now, that's my time, my good people. I do need to know from you what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for the potential of the Chicago Cubs trading for Ryan Pressly as our new closer from the Houston Astros? Then, of course, are you excited that we have 2 Cubs players in the top 10 for right fielders in all of MLB? Also, what are your thoughts on Ken Rosenthal's comments about nobody feeling sorry for Tom Ricketts, even though he's crying, he only breaks even? And then, of course, John Berti is now a Chicago Cub. These are all of your stories for this past week. Obviously, when news break, we break. So, like I said, we will when news drops, we drop. Sorry, when news breaks, we break. When news drops, we drop. So I'm excited to share news with you guys if Ryan Pressly does decide to become a Chicago Cub. I need you guys to do me a favor if you made it to the end of this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are rapidly growing. Guys, the C3 fam is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and better. And I appreciate all of you for tuning in to this episode. Please leave a comment. Please, if this is your first time watching this show, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, and please let me know if there's something else you want me to cover. I'm all about being here for you guys and giving you guys quality content all the time. Until next time, Cubs fans, I appreciate you.